In order to create a position in my manual, first you need to start on the left-hand side and choose groups. Once you choose groups, you're going to choose which group this position will be hosted in. So for example's sake, I'm going to choose church staff. Then you're going to choose new position. And you're going to type in the position name. Let's just say, oops. Just to click something, go back to the group. I'm going to create a new position, staff member. And then from here, you're going to choose the group. To another one, you can do that right here. Then you're going to write a description of this position, typically 2 to 3 sentences, describing what the time commitments are, what the position involves. Next, you're going to go to, is this position listed? Meaning, is this position public so that anyone can search for it? Or is it going to be eventually listed on the website? Those are the kind of things that you need to think through when choosing listed. Typically, our internal positions, the ones that are scheduled positions or things that are, once someone's involved in your ministry and you start scheduling them on My Manual, those would probably be unlisted positions. It's just the ones facing outward are the ones that we want listed. Inactive means to inactivate the position, so you're no longer using it or scheduling with that position. Non-scheduled means that this is a position that isn't scheduled on a Wednesday or a Sunday. Type is open to all. So is this open to all, or is this application required? Open to all means that anyone can look for this position and add themselves into it. Application required means that they can apply to be in this position, but they still need to be approved by the group leader before they're entered into this position. So typically a lot of our positions will be application required because that makes the most sense for most of what our ministries are doing, and then it allows us to kind of funnel and just make sure that the people being added to the schedule are people that fit that position well. Then the max option is if you need to put a max on how many people can serve in that particular area. So you can choose 20 to 150,000, whatever you want your max to be, or you can just leave it blank and it's unlimited. A lot of our positions probably will be unlimited because we're always looking for more volunteers. But some positions, they might be limited. You only need 5 people to serve coffee, or you only need 7 people to do this. So even when we're making events and we're making positions within an event to schedule, we might only need 2 nursery workers and 2 2-year-old workers. So then that way we can know what our limit is and what other areas we actually need people to be filling holes. Next, you're going to go to qualifications. Here you're going to choose what's their spiritual gifts, what passions, what abilities do you want this position to have. And I would definitely recommend choosing at least 1 or 2 options in each of these areas. Leaving them blank is really a disadvantage for you. So you're going to choose gifts. Oops. Ignore that. So you're going to choose gifts, administration, discernment, whatever makes sense for this role. Passions. Let me go back and make sure I didn't enter in a... And so on, so on. You'd pick, I want this person to have passion for kids. I want them to have a counseling ability. And so then as our people are getting involved, our church members are getting involved and starting to use My Manual, they're going to fill out their MyFit account. And that's where you're going to be able to match these positions with the people that have the skills and passions that match it. And they might be people that you've never met. So this is a great way for recruitment. So the more you fill in, the better. Then other qualifications, this is where you would put if they need a background check. And if you want a certain age, 18 and older only. So these are other qualifications for the role. And finally, here's the final look of the position. And then if you want to add people, go to the right to select people and inform. And you could either add them first by best matches, where it takes people that have filled out their fit profile and matches them with your position. Or you can search for people by any kind of option within the system, gender, age, process cues, forms, to add them into a position. And finally, which probably most of us will be doing initially, you can just add them directly into a position. So if you have a list from PCO that you just want to add right into here, this is where you would do that. And we're probably going to want to do add directly at this point. Informing might be confusing for our volunteers if they haven't had a chance to be on My Emmanuel yet and learn what they're getting emails about. So add directly will probably be your best option. So there you go. And that's how you add people in. We're going to go back to position. And on the right hand side, you can see that there's options here. You can edit. You might have some different options than I have. So just keep that in mind if yours looks a little different than mine. They can edit this position if you need to duplicate it and you're creating the same one over and over again, but just renaming it, but has the same gifts and passions or abilities. Obviously, you'll have to update the description too. And then here's the option where someone would say, I'm interested in volunteering for this position. And I would choose volunteer. And because I made it open to all, there's no approval process. And as you can see, because it was made open to all, there was no approval process. So overall, that is how you make a group, or excuse me, how you make a position. So if you have any questions, please contact the implementation team and let us know, and we can do additional training. Thanks so much.